This is New Day Northwest.
And coming up next, turning passion into action, how your next blood donation could mean everything to someone and their furry friend. My next guest is a longtime friend of New Day Northwest. We've had the pleasure of chatting with Brandon Macz many times for his work with Seattle Humane. He's the guy who does these adorable social media posts of pets looking for their forever homes. But today, Brandon is here in a bit of a different capacity because in addition to being a champion of pets, Brandon is also a longtime blood donor at Bloodworks Northwest, and he's part of a new campaign called Give Blood, Rescue a Human. And Brandon is back on the show. Hello.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, I love having you, my friend. And normally you have a furry friend with you, but today the focus is on you. And so what got you into donating blood and initially got you to go into that donor chair?
Yeah, well, Bloodworks does really great marketing and really got me thinking. About 3 years ago, I got into it, realizing that, working at a nonprofit, you don't make a lot of money, but there is a really great way to support people, and it's right inside you, and you can give it, and save a life with a blood donation. So I got into that about 3 years ago, and have been, steadily doing that, and then started moving up to like platelets and doing that. It doesn't take very long to do, but the impact is so great.
The impact really is so amazing, and over time, like you said, this became quite personal to you too, if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, I was sitting in the chair donating blood at my local Bloodworks Northwest Center, and I saw on the board that you could donate platelets, and that those are actually very helpful for people who are going through chemotherapy. And at the time, my cousin was going through that, and I was like, well, why don't I do that? It takes a little, about 2 hours to do, but they provide you with plenty of entertainment, So I was like, why not go ahead and do that? Growing up, we were pretty close. We kind of drifted apart over time, and I just was feeling like I needed to do something to help support her and others that were going through this struggle. Unfortunately, she lost her fight with that, but I still, think about her every time I donate platelets.
Gosh, I'm so sorry for your loss. And how has your cousin's memory then helped just kind of shape your perspective on the importance of not only donating, but donating regularly?
Yeah, I mean, she would have been 40 this month, and I just think how young she was and how there are so many people, cancer doesn't care how old you are or anything like that, and wanting to help people, live full lives. If I can, spend 2 hours in a chair and help somebody, with a fight like that, why not?
Definitely. And summer too, let's talk about this. It's such a critical time right now to donate.
Yeah, well, as we know, when the sun comes out, especially in the Seattle area, we got to seize that opportunity. We're going outside. More people are going outside. That means more recreation, which means more opportunities to hurt yourself, especially if you're young. Teenagers tend to hurt themselves a lot more in the summertime. They're, going out there being a little reckless, like I was,
Makes sense, yes.
So far, I haven't needed a blood transfusion, so I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, and I know that your work at Seattle Humane too has also helped shape your perspective. A while back, you had some puppies at the shelter that needed a blood transfusion. There they are. Yeah. Tell me about what we're seeing here.
Yeah, so we had a mama come in with a number of her puppies. Unfortunately, one of those puppies died en route to us from Texas as part of one of our lifesaver rescue transfers. So they needed an emergency blood transfusion. They were anemic, dehydrated, and what we did was we tapped one of our Seattle Humane alums, Big Hunk, to go ahead and borrow some of his blood to help save these. There he is right there.
And that's Big Hunk?
Big Hunk. He's since been adopted and is living the good life. But yeah, it's just like with humans, we take the blood. You've got to be the right match. We were able to find he was a match. He volunteered, in air quotes, to go ahead and be a donor. And yeah, shortly after this, he was adopted. And all of these puppies survived and were adopted. And yeah, it's amazing. And we've done a few blood transfusions since then.
It's all thanks to, dogs like Big Hey. I guess I didn't know this, that pets could be donors too.
Yeah, it's something, you learn something new every day when you work at Seattle Humane. And that was, yeah, we've had staff who have volunteered their pets as well to help when there's a blood transfusion that's needed. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Incredible. And tell me too about the people and pets blood drives that are happening this summer.
Yeah, so Bloodworks just had one yesterday, and they're going to have 2 more in July. So they'll have their blood mobile out, and you can go ahead and donate blood, and you can bring your pet, and Blue Pearl will go ahead and screen them to see if they might be a good fit to be a blood donor for animals.
That's so easy too, to just come and you guys have everything set up to do something, you know, that'll make you feel good.
Yeah, and hopefully the pets aren't as squeamish as the people.
Probably not. We can only hope. Okay, and so how else does this partnership with Bloodworks Northwest align with Seattle Humane's mission?
Yeah, so we've spent the past several years really building up our community programs. We want to keep pets with their people. We know that is the most humane solution to the pet overpopulation, you know, keeping pets with the people who love them. And sometimes people have to go into emergencies. They'll need to go to the hospital, you know. So if you're giving blood, you can help that person. Maybe they need a transfusion, get them back on their feet and get them back with their pets. You know, pets are family and they give them so much comfort, and it's terrible when they have to leave them behind to go in if they have a life emergency. And being able to reunite them, you know, that's the best, you know, most humane world we can think of. So that's why we want to support Bloodworks, because they're also getting people back on their feet and back with their families.
Amazing. Any quick tips for anyone scared with needles? Just get out there and do it, right?
Their techs are great. You know, they will go ahead and distract you. Don't look if you don't want to. You know, me, I like to see what's going into my arms. That's
I
just
don't
me.
either.
That's just me.
But they're snacks.
There are snacks.
And there's potentially pets if you go there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We so appreciate you being here, Brandon.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes. And to learn more about the Give Blood, Rescue a Human and campaign and the special blood drives that we talked about, please visit the website that you see right there on your screen. Amazing. And when we come back, how's your spelling? My Hot Topics panel is going to try out a few of the Scripps National Spelling Bee words. I hope you'll try them with us and maybe have better luck than I will.
This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by Bloodworks Northwest.